everybody, it's Roxanne Harris here, the Audacious Wellness Warrior, and this afternoon I have two fast, quick and easy, safe, non-toxic DIY recipes that you can use Purify, today's BOGO, to make. And they are things that you probably use all the time in your home, except for that you might be using a toxic version. So I'm going to show you how simple it is to make these, and the ingredients you probably already have in your own home. So the first one that we're going to make is a toilet balm. And this one is really fun and easy to make, and you can get your kids to help you. And maybe they'll even help with the scrubbing of the toilet, because it'll be lots of fun as they throw it into the water and it bubbles and fizzes and explodes. And then we're going to be making an all-purpose spray as well. So super simple. All you need is a mixing bowl, and we have 1 cup of baking soda. So you can just throw that in. And then you also need 1/4 cup of citric acid, and this is what's going to give it that little bit of fizz and that scrubbing action in the toilet bowl or your sink or your tub, wherever you choose to use these. Citric acid comes in lots of different containers and sizes. You can find it in the grocery store, in the baking aisle, or where they're selling canning supplies, the hardware store as well, or Canadian Tire. Anywhere where you find canning supplies, you'll find citric acid, so 1/4 cup. So 1 cup baking soda and 1/4 cup of citric acid. And you'll want to give that a good stir, because the citric acid, depending on how old it is or how much oxygen it has been exposed to, can get a little bit lumpy. So you'll want to break that down so that it'll be an even spread throughout your recipe. And then super easy, you're going to get some unscented Castile soap. I like Dr. Bronner's. There's lots of brands that you can find, but the unscented is important because you're going to be scenting it with essential oils for various cleaning projects. So you might not want it smelling like lavender or baby powder or whatever other scents they come in. And we need 1.5 tablespoons. So I really like these little liquid measure cups, because it's super easy to see when you're at the right consistency. And then to this, the soap, in order to mix it well with the solution, I'm going to add 15 to 20 drops of Purify. And if you like it a little bit stronger for the cleansing of the bathroom, you can certainly add more. I'm going to add close to 30 there. And the Purify is the buy one, get one today. Fantastic cleansing oil. It really does smell bright and fresh and fantastic. You're going to want to stir this in slowly. And the reason being is because when you get the citric acid wet, it can start to pre-fizz. And we want that fizzing action to take place really in the toilet bowl itself. So we want to minimize the fizz. So just do it very slowly and gently. What you want to end up with is a formula that's very consistent with wet sand. So enough that you can make a nice, maybe hard ball with it, that it stays and maintains its shape. And I'm just going to get the rest out here. And then you're going to pack it. So some people, might leave it loose in a jar and just take a scoop and scoop that in. I think it's a little bit more fun if we use it in some type of a preformed mold or a shape where you can just throw it in. And for that, you can just head over to your local dollar store or somewhere where they sell ice cube trays. And this can be a great thing to make your shapes with. So I prefer the ice cube trays that have the silicone bottom, because once the mold solidifies, then they're easy to just pop out. You can use a pure silicone mold in any shape that you like as well. So it just depends on what you have, but you don't need any fancy equipment. And what you want to do is really You can use your hands for this because it's super safe. And you want to pack it into the molds, pressing down very hard, okay? Sometimes if you've mixed too much of the liquid solution in too quickly, what you're going to find is some residual fizzing action, and your little molds are going to like fizz up and kind of expand beyond the mold, and that's totally fine. Just keep pressing them down until they stop, okay? So the little grittiness I'll show you in my hand, it just leaves a nice little ball without being sticky or super wet. So you're going to leave these for at least 4 hours. My preference is kind of overnight if you can. That makes sure that they're dried out. And then you want to store them in a sealed container. So you can use, you know, a Tupperware container, an old yogurt container, anything that you want. I like something maybe a little fancier, so this can actually just sit beside the toilet bowl. It smells nice, but you do want the lid to be on it so that you don't have your essential oils escaping into the air and then losing that aroma for when you use them. And then when it's time to scrub the toilet, you're just going to take one of your molds and just throw it in, and you're going to watch the bubbling and fizzing, and you can wait about 10 to 15 minutes, and then you can just take your toilet brush and just scrub that down and flush. Some people scrub and then they just leave it until the next person, of course, uses the toilet so that you get that extra disinfectant. But the Purify is very cleansing, does kill all kinds of germs and germs that cause odors, right? So this is why Purify is such a great one to use in the bathroom or for your cleaning. So I'll go ahead and finish that later. We'll move on to the next recipe. So just to recap, the toilet balms are 1 cup of baking soda. We've got 1/4 cup of citric acid and 1.5 tablespoons of our Castile Soap, unscented, and 15 to 30 drops of Purify, all right? So our next recipe is going to be our all-purpose spray. You can use any kind of a spray bottle. Again, you can recycle or upcycle one that you have. doTERRA has these really cool continuous misting bottles that you can purchase from them, and they're really neat because when you shake it and pull the trigger, it just goes and gives you this beautiful mist that's very light. So this recipe is so easy. 1 3/4 cup of water. I like to use a distilled or a purified water just so that you're not getting any added chemicals or anything like that that you might not want in your solution. Whoops. Let me just, oh, I had it a little bit over. Let me go back. And then we're going to put in 1/4 cup of vinegar. You can use cleaning vinegar if you like. Cleaning vinegar is a little bit stronger, and so that's what I'm going to use here. So you've got your water, you've got your cleaning vinegar, and then to this one, all we're going to add is 30 drops of Purify. Now you can use the Purify, you can use tea tree, lemon, you can use Clementine, the other BOGO for today. So any of our cleaning oils, whatever the smell or the preference is that you like. A little bit of overflow here, guys. And then with these really cool continuous mist bottles, I'm going to show you. So when you shake it, this bottle helps to keep it in suspension. And we'll see if we can catch it online. So I'll get it going here. Here we go. So it just goes. So you can actually use it as like a natural Febreze. So if you don't put the vinegar in there and there's just distilled water and your oils, you can combine a scent that you love to cleanse the air or to freshen your bed sheets or your laundry. But the continuing mist bottles are really great for that. It also protects the oils inside so that they don't go off or evaporate. So how fun is that? So this is easy that you can do in your own home, safe, natural, non-toxic. Remember, we should be living a non-toxic life, and a lot of the challenges that people have with their health and wellness comes down to the level of toxicity, whether what they're breathing, what they're putting on their skin, what they're eating, what they're cleaning with, and we often overlook the level of toxicity in our life and how it's impacting us and our physical health. So I hope that you enjoyed these DIYs. This has been Roxanne Harris inspiring you. Be audacious, live well on purpose each and every day, and have a fantastic day, everyone. We'll catch you online soon. Bye-bye.